Hi, Phyllis here from southernfrugal.com. Well, several of y'all have asked how I make the almond cubes, and I used to do it by grinding everything up and making almond butter and then putting that in the smoothies in the morning. But then it's hard to get it out of the ice tray when you do it that way. So the next thing I tried was rolling them into little balls and freezing them on a cookie sheet. But then later I started doing them a different way. I go ahead and roast them a little bit in the oven. Now what I'm doing there is, well, let me show you. I've got about 2.5 pounds of almonds. Now almonds by law have to be pasteurized now. But what I want to do is heat them up a little more just to make sure there's no bacteria or anything in them. So I've got my oven preheated at 350 degrees. I'll leave them in there 10 or 15 minutes. I'm not browning them, I'm just heating them up. Then we're going to let them cool, and then we're going to go ahead and make the almond cubes, I'll call them, or almond pulp, that I use in smoothies. So once we get these heated up and then cooled, we'll be back and I'll show you how we do that. We'll be back in probably an hour. Alright, we are back. The almonds were in the oven for about 15 minutes at 350 degrees, and that oven was preheated. Now I've got my dry beaker. Y'all see that? That's the dry beaker for the Vitamix. And I'm going to put 2 cups of the almonds in the beaker. Now this is going to be loud, but I wanted to do this to show you that, let me start turning around that way. So the first thing I'm going to do is grind these up to kind of a rough powder. And I'll show you, it doesn't take long, and I'm going to use my tamper. Alright, here we go. Alright, so we're going to stop right there. And the reason I'm stopping is, can y'all see that the almond butter is forming down here? So now what I want to do is add about, a cup of water to this. And that's going to make it grind up a lot easier. Now I'm just going to use a spoon to kind of dig some of that out where it's trying to form the almond butter, because the almond butter does not freeze as well as it does when you do it this way. In other words, it's more like peanut butter then. And all I'm interested in is for this to become almond milk when I make the smoothies. Alright, so we've got it kind of, we're going to see if not going to use the tamper unless I have to. So I'm going to turn it on again. So, y'all, it's going to be loud. Okay, so now what we have is super concentrated almond milk, and this is what I freeze. And because the water's in it, it's going to come out of the ice trays much, much easier. And even if there's some little lumps in there, it's not going to matter, because when I put it in the smoothies, it's going to grind it right up further. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of this. I'm going to put this in the freezer, and in a couple of hours this will be frozen. We'll come back and I'll show you how easily it comes out of the ice trays. Alright, we'll be back. Hey y'all, it's been several hours now, actually 4 or 5 hours, since I froze the almond milk, we'll call it, concentrated almond milk. And now all of them are frozen except I've still got one in the freezer. So I want to show you, they come out quite easily. and I did run a little warm water over the back of them. I got one up there. So they come out pretty good. So now all I do is just mark the plastic bags with the date and go ahead and put them in the plastic bags. So this would probably be enough for us to have, I don't know, 2 a day in our smoothies, which would probably be the equivalent of about, I don't know, 8, maybe 10 almonds. So, just put them in the Ziploc bags, put the date on them, and put them in my big freezer. Got another one here. Yeah, this works out real good. So, now this almond milk, which is what it will become when I put it in the smoothie along with water, has no added sugar, preservatives, or, you know, locust bean gum, and I don't know, all those other things they add to almond milk. It's got nothing in it but almonds and water. So there we go. I've got another tray in the freezer, which I'll add to this bag as soon as it completely gets frozen. Alright, so we will see y'all next time. I had several people ask how I made these, and I had gone through the struggle just like everybody else did on how to freeze the ground up almond butter and have it come out of the ice tray. So this is a solution. Just add some water to it when you're grinding it up and it'll come out fine. Alright, see y'all next time.